Picture the scene. It's June 2010. The third Twilight film has just hit the pictures. That's what we call cinemas in the Northeast. We go, getting the pictures, aren't we? California Girls was at the top of the charts, and a demonic game-crashing baby doll was haunting the lives of everyone who played The Sims 3.
Bitch, I'm back on my coma.
The baby doll, who was also called Girl Doll Dressed, was corrupted custom content, which in and of itself would have been completely fine. There's nothing wrong with the actual baby doll or how she looks. We're not going against her appearance today. She's completely fine appearing doll, but she's not harmless. She's got some issues. The doll needs therapy, babe. She was A, invisible, and B, also spreading like wildfire throughout the Sims 3 exchange. Any household or individual Sims whose files held this doll would become infected, and when downloaded from the exchange would spread into the downloader's game. And obviously, because this doll is invisible, if anybody who had this doll infected the game uploaded to the Sims 3 exchange, then they would share this virus to other members of the community. It's like from a fucking horror film, isn't it? I don't think it'd be as scary if it wasn't a doll, but the fact that it's a creepy baby girl doll just makes things all the more harrowing. And I never had it affect me because I didn't download straight from the exchange, but I think I would have cried. Honestly, out of stress probably. Although I did have a small experience playing The Sims 3 Riverview. I downloaded that off the exchange, and then after that suddenly all of my games were lagging and crashing. So I may have had it, but it's invisible, so I just may have not known.
Who is she? Who is she? Where did you find her?
So here she is, Girl Doll Dressed, the virus. She's basically a teddy bear from The Sims 3, reshaped to look like a doll, so it looks like your toddlers are playing with dolls, which is quite innocent and quite creepy. But going to make an admission for myself here. I also used to collect Victorian dolls, the really creepy kind that you see in horror films, the ones that A from Pretty Little Liars used to torment the liars. I used to collect them as a kid. My dad used to give me 50p at every car boot sale because that's how much people would sell the Victorian dolls for, and I'd collect them from car boot sales. So I'm not saying I'm on the virus's side, but I think I'd remain a neutral party in a court of law.
Do you think that you are toxic? Or potentially could be, yeah.
So like I said before, this virus is a doll that would attach itself to custom content if uploaded to the exchange based on the fact that it was invisible. And it would also cause bugs because it was also a bit of broken custom content. That and the fact that it's invisible is a recipe for disaster. Let's not lie. Not promising, is it, babe? It's not promising. So many people have spoke about their experience with the doll as well, saying that it could cause save files to be corrupted. It would massively lag your game. It'd be impossible to delete because it's invisible, so it wouldn't show up on the Sims 3 launcher where you can manage your custom content. It also wouldn't show up in your downloads or mods folder. And then obviously people wouldn't know that they had this doll virus attached to their content and then spread their content on the gallery. So it's kind of like Digimon. It's just a virus in it. But I fucking love Digimon, so any chance I'll get to talk about it. I prefer Digimon over Pokemon. Fucking shoot me. Also affect other custom content in the game. So if you had this doll in your game, you couldn't place custom content into a house. You could have it in your game, but as soon as CC was placed in your house, the game became laggy. And then removing that custom content from the house would solve the issue. I don't know why this would happen. I'm guessing because the doll itself was a broken bit of custom content, so it glitched with other bits of custom content. But it wasn't just a low-key thing. It wasn't just something that happened to a couple of people and only affected a couple of members of the Sims community. This was bordering on, dare I say, a moral panic. And I don't use that term lightly. I really don't. But an invisible virus that would break the game, attaching itself to custom content randomly, and you have no control over knowing if you're downloading it or not. I'm not surprised it turned into a little bit of a moral panic.
Oh, finally you're here, bitch.
The situation got so big and so intense that the Sims team actually had to step in and make a statement about this doll virus. Because usually as games update and as we get new expansions and things, previous bits of custom content break and then we have to update them manually ourselves. And it's not often that they will put a statement out about one specific item. In fact, I don't think I've ever seen them do it for The Sims 4. Correct me if I'm wrong, though. Nothing wrong with being corrected. Do you know what I mean? They had to specifically make a statement about this doll. That's how big of an issue it was. Sim Guru Hydra, June 2010, posted, "Hi all. While you may continue to download from and upload to the exchange, be advised that there are some corrupt files that have made its way into the exchange that may slow down your game. If you're playing your game and it's slowed down dramatically, you may have some corrupt content. you might have a file called .package from an object called girl doll dressed. Thanks to Glitzy Angel for already writing these helpful instructions on how to delete the file before we could tackle it. If you see her around the forums or our Facebook, give her a big simtastic thank you. Not heard that term before, simtastic. That's simtastic. So yeah, it gives an overview of how to remove the content as Glitzy Angel had provided, and they say at the bottom as well, you can run your game with the run without custom content box checked from your launcher before running if you're unsure of what to delete or uninstall. Huge thank you to Simmers who've been helping each other with this issue while we continue to work on a fix to prevent corrupt files from going into the exchange. To call a specific piece of content out by name, you can see how big of an effect this had on the Sims community. And actually thinking about it, I think I may have been affected by this, just didn't know. Also, just in case you're not aware of forums, a lot of the times in forums you can have a banner, so whenever you put a message, then there's like a banner underneath, and sometimes people make it about Sims or to promote the stories that they've wrote. But a very popular banner during this time was girl doll dressed banner. This is a corrupted doll that is attached in an invisible way to nearly all items on the exchange. Check if you don't have her in your game. If yes, you need to remove her from your game in your studio. Don't allow it to spread to more Simmers. Click this Siggy for more information and help how to get rid of her. Let's make exchange doll free. And also it is quite a scary thing, like something that's invisible that can penetrate probably not the right word, something that's invisible that can infiltrate your game without you knowing it. People have said as well, being like 10 at the time, it scared the shit out of me, so I never played with mods out of fear that I would ruin mine or my sister's save files, which is, you know, fair.
But you did this for what? Why not? Why not?
Where did it actually come from? Was it purposeful? Was someone intentionally trying to break The Sims 3? Did we have an enemy in our midst? Thankfully not. Spoiler alert. So the doll itself originally came from Sims Resource, which at this point in time, even still now, is a site that has some contentions with it because it's not necessarily behind a paywall, but if you want to download any bits of custom content, you usually have to sit behind an advertisement and then you can finally get to the custom content. So that site specifically is, some people love it, some people hate it, some people with bad taste in their mouth. So the fact that it's on that site is in fact quite relevant because some people thought that the fact that it was on the Sims Resource is a sign. Nothing against Sims Resource from me. I'm not starting Sims drama or anything. I just know that I'm just giving you the context in which some people understood the situation at the time. Not me specifically calling out the Sims Resource. So it did originally come from the Sims Resource, and it's a custom content site that still operates today. But the story of how it actually got onto the Sims Resource is not as exciting or dramatic as you might think it is. It was purely an accident. The creator of the doll uploaded the wrong version of it, but noticed 2 months too late, and at that point it had already infected so many people's games and found its way onto the exchange. And the creator itself, who spread it accidentally, I want to make that the very operative word, accidentally, is in fact a very well-loved and well-respected Sims 2 and Sims 3 custom content creator. So I can only imagine how fucking stressed they'd be. I mean, if I unleashed a virus into the Sims community, let me just say, I'd have to up my citalopram intake. There was some speculation of how the doll was made as well. Gullible Beautiful on Reddit said, I think the original doll was made with normal intent, but somewhere along the way the file got corrupted. I don't think the doll actually did anything really bad beyond make the game lag / run like shit, which sounds pretty typical of a corrupted file rather than something done to intentionally harm people. It's not actually that hard to break CC, especially in the earlier Sims games where there were less people doing it and less guides and YouTube videos explain how to do it the right way. What most likely happened is someone created a kind of janky piece of CC that they didn't playtest very well and then proceeded to upload a house online with that file. Then other people downloaded the house, and even if they never used the doll CC, they uploaded other houses in which the doll CC would attach itself invisibly, and the more people would download houses and the issue would spread. So that is actually not that far off the mark. It was uploaded accidentally, it wasn't uploaded with malicious intent. This still did spiral a little bit of an argument within the Sims community. Not so much an argument, but there is some community response. As I said, some feelings towards Sims Resource aren't that positive. You can form your own opinion on that. But it also did kind of delve into the argument of, is CC bad? Is CC good? Some members of the Sims community started to become wary of custom content as a whole, stating things like, this is why I don't download CC ever, because of stuff like this, which is an actual quote. Just that. It's not just me doing a dramatic, well, it is, I guess. Should have been in the Harry Potters. Others were more open-minded though, expressing a love for modders and content creators and all that they provide the community. And one bad apple can spoil the bunch, but that's not necessarily what happened here. This was not an intentionally bad situation. And as Tees and Blues state, this whole disaster is just an argument to use CC carefully, sparingly, and from credible sites. I don't use CC sparingly, I'm not gonna lie. I will crash my game to high heavens with custom content given the opportunity. But from credible sites, 100% absolutely. And also some people found the fun in it. On the Sims 3 Exchange, there is actually a girl doll dressed found available to download. She's a toddler. And the description states, she's the girl doll dressed lookalike who corrupted your saves and slowed down your game by sneaking into your Sims 3 launcher and DC backup folder. Now it's time for revenge. But unfortunately, something quite sad about it is that despite the fact that the creator was a well-respected member of the community at the time, a lot of hate was still sent their way for a mistake. I'm not going to post the name of anyone who was kind of creating this kind of thing because I don't want to send more things their way. And I'm also going to paraphrase so you can't directly paste the quote. The argument against the creator was that they've done nothing to spread word about it and that they don't check the things properly, or they're lying, and the fact that it was found originally on the website means that they're not trustworthy, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think that given the fact that, you know, it was uploaded and it took 2 months for the creator to notice, and also it was a complete accident, and the fact that they're a well-respected member of the community, and the fact it was an accident, it's invisible, so do you know what I mean? It just seems like one big massive accident. And with the way the mod works with the whole invisibility thing, it could easily attach itself to people's games without their knowledge and spread very easily without their knowledge. I think it just spiraled into something absolutely huge because of the nature of it being invisible and attaching itself to things, and so many people having it and so many people having their games lag and the games crash. It did almost cause a type of moral panic within the community. There was no real way to know if you had this in your game or not, and a lot of people are very protective over the Sims games. Like, you don't want to lose everything that you've ever built in this game. It was quite a hard thing to navigate, and I don't think that the creator purposefully meant to invade people's games. Like I said, because of the amount it spread, I think it would be quite hard to navigate as a creator how it would feel to be the one who accidentally released this broken bit of custom content that infiltrated so many people's games to the extent that EA had to get involved. I would literally be hiding under my covers, baby. You would not be able to find me. I would, nope. I would delete my YouTube channel. It feels like when your parents tell you off and there's nothing you can do, you just want to, no, I'm so sorry. Double check everything that you're downloading. There is also softwares that you can download. Also only download those from credible sites that can also run through your custom content and find if there's any broken bits of custom content. Keep some holy water around because you never quite know when a little girl doll dressed virus baby thing is coming to you. If you are playing The Sims 3 and you've downloaded from the exchange and you are noticing that your game is a little bit laggy, it could very well be this girl doll dressed virus. There is also ways to get rid of her. So that is everything that I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this Halloween episode of the spooky girl doll virus infiltration season. I think she's quite iconic personally. Like, I think she's just misunderstood. I don't think she meant to break anyone's games. I just think she wanted to be heard. I love her. I love creepy dolls. I do. Wouldn't like them in my house. I don't have my Victorian dolls anymore. They used to be in the loft. I think my mum shot them out. The idea of creepy dolls is in fact right up my alley, and I don't think that anyone's going to be shocked by that, which doesn't read well for me, does it? Thank you all very, very much for watching. This is a series. It's called Entire History Of. I have a lot of videos about Sims lore, about so many things. If you have any ideas for Entire History Ofs, you can leave a comment down below or email me, because I have an Entire History Of email account, which is eho@plumbella.co.uk. I have also started up a clothing website, which is where this jumper is from. That's lunarisle.co.uk, and you can use the code first order for 15% off your first order. I love you all so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, bitch. Sometimes I think I look like the Grinch, you know. I think it's because I'm quite expressive, aren't I?